Hello, everybody. Never done this before, so I don't know what's going to happen, but I hope you guys are well. I need to share my deck, and I don't even know if I can do that. So it's all new to me here. So let me see. I may have to actually try it again. Yes, I think I need to figure out how to share a deck. So I'm going to try and let me see. Thing is, you can't actually practice this real life. I was hoping I'd be able to make it live and have more time to chat with you guys, kind of like somebody suggested I should do what George does, but it's proving to be more difficult. So anyway, why don't I just talk to what I'm thinking about? How about that? And I can actually share the deck as well with you guys. So first of all, as I'm here, I wish I could hear you guys as well. Don't worry, everything is fine. Everything is cool. I know people are panicking when you look at the stock market and Bitcoin and Coinbase and everything going downhill. People are freaking out. But, I think I was watching the Fibonacci levels when we had that dip on Bitcoin down to 50,400. It's not all that bad. It came right off the 0.328 level, and it's up above 52,000. And of course, Ethereum was so strong this morning. Now that is back up again to 2450 almost. So what I wanted to just say to you guys today was, first of all, a lot of nerves are out there. People were worried about the market crash and why that happened. There was the Bitcoin tax scare. No surprise there, of course. Like, how can they print so much money and not find a way to raise taxes? So that was kind of a foregone conclusion. So everybody should be not surprised at all by that. What's really ironic as well is the Dow, S&P 500, and Nasdaq all fell down exactly 0.9%, which is kind of crazy. I like to see patterns of numbers, as you guys know. And this is all about the tax rate hike that people were very concerned about. The tax rate, capital gains tax moving from 20% up to 39% and even higher. But they did say for people who have more than $1 million. So they're really going after the high net worth people. And there was even a proposal that really freaked the stock market out that capital gains taxes could go as high as 43.4%. Now, for those of you that know, obviously the stock market is run by capital gains. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, not a big concern, not a big worry, but usual panic. People were just taking some profits off the table. In addition, a lot of people are calling for the S&P 500 to hit 4,500 this year. That means going up about 9% from where we are, which is very feasible. I don't see why that couldn't happen. Now, for those who are worried about Bitcoin, we are back to the 1 month low levels where we were on March 25th. And April should normally be an amazing month for Bitcoin, but this month hasn't been that. And I may have cursed it by putting together my forecast of the last 10 years of Aprils for Bitcoin. So it didn't go that well. Anyway, we'll see what happens. The macro backdrop remains extremely bullish, as always. Now, the drawdowns, I wish I could share. I have a couple of images. I need to figure out how to share my deck and do that, because I do have a really good Bitcoin drawdown image over the last 3 halvings. But the real message here is the drawdowns, which used to be 60%, 80%, 85%. Now they're only 20%. We are 19.1% off of our highs. Actually, probably about 18.7% right now. And the drawdowns are shallower, they're shorter, and they're less frequent. And all of that tells me the institutions are really bringing about much more stability to the market. Now, a lot of people as well out there were asking about the debate and what I thought of the debate between Michael Saylor and Frank Giustra. Hope I got his name right. First of all, I thought they were both gentlemen. It's much better than the typical fights between Max Kaiser and Peter Schiff, which is great to see. These guys are real gentlemen. I've got total respect for them both. But Frank still needs to brush up on some of his Bitcoin knowledge, I believe. He was overly bullish on gold. and a little bit overly pessimistic and negative on the risks of Bitcoin because he doesn't quite understand them as well. I loved some of the terms from Michael Saylor. You know, money is technology with a network effect, which goes to the whole Metcalfe's law. Gold is a relic. Bitcoin is a money virus. I love that quote as well, which I thought was good. Gold is defense. Bitcoin is offense, like a football sport analogy. And one thing I did agree with Frank Justra about was he was a little bit afraid of Michael Saylor being too bullish on people borrowing and leveraging themselves fully to buy Bitcoin. That is, of course, extremely dangerous. So be careful of that as well, everybody out there. Let me see. I'll come back to some questions in a minute. OBS, I'll do that. Twitch, easy software. I'll figure out how to do that next time. Let me just go through a couple of other points. I know you're concerned about Bitcoin scarcity. You know, the adoption continues. There's more on-ramps every single day. One of the interesting stats I came across was 90% of the supply will be issued in December of this year, December 2021. It's 90% of all Bitcoin will be issued. And by November 2025, 95% of all Bitcoin will be issued. And by 3rd of February 2035, 99% of all Bitcoin will be issued. So again, the supply that's hitting the market is, of course, as we all know, halving, but it's halving very drastically over the next 10 years, which is dramatic as well. Bitcoin dominance, another big one as well. It has hit that 50% level, but now it's bounced back up above it a little bit. And this typically triggers the whole altcoin season, but there is a long way to go before we're at the lows of where we were back in 2018 at the beginning. So I'm not too concerned about that at all. And the Ethereum strength has been phenomenal. Another piece of good news was the Bitcoin as a store of value from the Federal Reserve Bank president from Texas. He said it's a very clear store of value, which was also extremely bullish for people to hear. And of course, but there was more FUD news debunked. Bitcoin is actually clean. This was an article that I saw from Jack Dorsey from Square and Kathy Wood from ARK, suggesting Bitcoin mining encourages the adoption of renewable energy. People always say that Bitcoin mining uses the marginal energy that would otherwise be wasted. And Elon Musk verified it too. So all the people that always say, oh, you've got to kill Bitcoin and you've got to get away from proof of work, etc., because it's not environmentally friendly, it is. And it's driving the earth to be a cleaner place. And then Kevin O'Leary came in as well, saying that gold is dirty. He completely slammed gold's environmental impact, saying it's completely unsustainable. So as we know, gold mining disrupts the Earth's fabric in a very big way. Giant carbon footprint, not only from the mining perspective, but also from the transportation and the storage. It's a complete ecological disaster. So when people say that Bitcoin mining is bad for the environment, it's complete garbage. And that has been completely defunct as well, which is great. And Scott Maynard, in the topic of FUD, he's at it again, the guy from Guggenheim. He has no Bitcoin and he's freaking out and he's trying to rattle the markets and he's getting really desperate. If you see his latest report, he is absolutely desperate to get his hands on some Bitcoin. So anybody out there that is still thinking about selling Bitcoin, just stay strong. Hold on. We're nearly out of this tough week since Saturday. It's like 5 days now and people are, suffering. The other thing I'd like to talk about very briefly is Ethereum versus Bitcoin. Over the last 6 months, Ethereum is up about 530%. Over the last week or two, it's gone parabolic. And Bitcoin has been up about 365% in that time frame. So what's kind of interesting, if you look at the 50-day moving average, Ethereum used to dip below it quite a lot. And Bitcoin is under it for the first time in the last 6 months. So that is a bit bad, but I think Bitcoin will be above that 50-day moving average real soon. But this is the biggest divergence between Ethereum and Bitcoin in over a year, which is kind of interesting. And a lot of people are pinging me about the Coinbase IPO or DPO, whatever you want to call it, update. The high on the day of the IPO is $429. I always warned everybody, do not buy the IPO, do not buy the IPO. But now it's getting tantalizingly close to maybe a good entry level. It's trading now currently at about $289, which is down 33% exactly from the high, which is good. So the post-IPO dip, as I like to refer to it as, is almost complete. Kathy Wood from ARK keeps on buying, and we'll see what happens. So, and a lot of analysts, I think they rate the average analyst review of Coinbase price value within a year is about $530. And options are now open. So for those of you on Patreon, I'm going to look at some options positions within my Ameritrade account. There are options. And the final bit of news, Serena Williams is investing in an app called Lolly, which will help people acquire and go shopping with Bitcoin at places like Best Buy and Nike and over 1,000 other retailers. So that's kind of a little bit of the news out there. So don't believe the FUD. Taxes, yes, we know they're going to go up. Hopefully, Biden's campaign promise was for Americans, taxes would only hit people with over $1 million a year in income. So he's going after the super rich. More and more Bitcoin on-ramps, Venmo, Google, Apple Pay. Like, it's huge. We're at a 1 month low. But again, everybody, please stay calm. It's only a week or two since we were up at a really high level. So don't worry. And Bitcoin is clean. Don't believe the FUD. So let's jump in and find out exactly what questions are out there and see if we can chat with some of the people. And I've never done this before, so I hope it was at least interesting or different, just me freeballing. So yeah, I was looking at Mara and Riot, the mining stocks. Again, you guys know I don't like the management teams of both, but the Marathon is looking very, very attractive. And Opsar, you can also buy coin and Tesla tokens on Binance. Oh, they have coin on Binance. I missed that. That's interesting for fractional shares. And why not both? Should we cash out on Bitcoin into Tether? Nico, I would hold Bitcoin. The future of Bitcoin is very, very good. If you saw my video from yesterday about the stratification of who owns Bitcoin, I mean, everybody should try to get at least half a coin to one coin if at all possible. So good to see you guys too. Yeah, Binance is taking over. I have a tiny little bit of Binance, and I wish I bought more. Do I buy diamonds? No, I don't buy diamonds. That'd be funny. And diamonds are kind of completely silly, especially now that they can manufacture diamonds with as good quality as real diamonds at a fraction of the price. It's kind of crazy. Thoughts on HUD 8? HUD 8 is super cheap right now at these levels. I really like it. I don't know if you guys like this type of way. I'll figure out how to get the presentations going at the same time as well. But I thought it'd be good to try this because then I can save time on video editing and spend more time chatting with you all. So next crypto winter, I don't think it's going to happen until at least October, maybe September, maybe a little later. And I don't think it'll last that long or be as steep as before. It's her birthday. Get a shout out for the birthday girl. That was Camille. Happy birthday, Camille. I lost faith in Vitalik and his team. I didn't. Teabag Tactical. No. Just look at the strength of Ethereum and look at the dominance of Ethereum as well. Again, a lot of other players are catching up, but still interesting to see. I think Ethereum should lead the way. And oh, Nate B, thank you so much. So my wife and I visit San Fran this June. Yes, there's great hotels at great prices and the streets are empty, and it's always a good place. But, you know, when you come to the Bay Area, think about Napa as well and places like Palo Alto. There's lots of stuff to see and do. Good day from Singapore. You rock. Will Bitcoin drop to 47K? I think looking at the Fibonacci retracement levels, I thought that dip we had to 52 and dipping just a little bit below that, I think that's kind of close to the bottom. It could get a little bit worse, but I'm not too sure. And diamonds are a girl's best friend. Yeah, but you can ask any girl right now, would you like a big rock, like a 3-carat diamond or 1 Bitcoin? That's what you should ask. Although it's probably cheaper to buy the diamonds these days. Thoughts on Cardano to the end of the year? I see Cardano going to at least $3 by the end of the year, maybe $5. But we'll see. There's a lot of unknowns with Cardano still. They still have a lot of execution to do with their smart contract platform. Bitcoin, buy now. I can't give investment advice, so I won't, but I'll just talk of what I would do. Last time I bought Bitcoin, I bought it a little bit higher than where we are now, but my average cost is a lot lower. So I think for me, it's better to have Bitcoin than having fiat money sitting in a bank account that doesn't pay you anything. And there's so much out there as well. Give me Bitcoin over diamonds. Yes, from C-Sphere, exactly. My girlfriend said a Bitcoin, exactly. Well, she's smart because your diamond will only go down in value, whereas Bitcoin will only go up. Thoughts on AMC? I don't do meme stocks at all. I did do a little dabbling with GameStop with some options for fun, but I think they're just very, very, very dangerous. And yeah, GBTC is heavily discounted. As you know, I don't know how they're continuing selling it at 14% off, but I hope they don't mess with the actual amount of assets under management within each GBTC coin as well. Ethereum Classic, nope, stay away. I'm looking into SushiSwap, Uniswap, and PancakeSwap. They were all very, very interesting, but there's only so much time. And as I always say, I'm a little bit of a Ethereum and a Bitcoin maximalist in a big way. DEXs, yes, DEXs will be super exciting going forward. Snowflake, Palantir, I prefer Palantir, although it's been kind of weak. But we'll see what happens. I think when you think long-term about some of the stuff that Palantir is doing for many, many industries, it is revolutionary. And the only threat, in my opinion, to Palantir is Google. And I own Google, I own Palantir, and I think they're very good, what I call 3-year holds. Don't expect it to set your world on fire in the next 3 to 6 months, but over the next 2 to 3 years, it will make big strides forward. Thoughts on Theta? I'm really digging into Theta, and I've heard a lot of great things about it, and I think it has a lot of promise, but there'll be a video from me coming out soon about Theta. Net short, yeah, there's always that options expiry, which messes things on Friday. And I think this weekend is going to be a good weekend for Bitcoin. And Radiohead, my favorite artist, yes, album NFT. I think if I was going to buy an NFT, it probably would be a Radiohead one, that's for sure. Let me see. God, has so many questions coming. This is crazy. I've never done this before. So I feel like I'm the George, we are all George guy. So this is fun. This Ether's current trend, BCT5 adoption rate entice you to change? No, it doesn't. In fact, my cost basis for Ethereum is so low. It's in the $200 level. Last time I added to Ethereum was about $1,500, which I did an alert on Patreon. And since then, actually, I used to be about 15% Ethereum, 85% Bitcoin, but because Ethereum has run so much, again, if Bitcoin goes up 500%, Ethereum on average over history goes up about 700 to 800%. So it always runs faster, but it always falls faster too. So I'm sticking with my current ratios right now. And when I measured it this morning, I was about 26, 27% Ethereum. But at the time, Ethereum went up $250 this morning. I hope you all saw that. It was kind of crazy. Top 5 altcoins. So it's an interesting one. I can give you my top 3. Well, that would include Bitcoin, of course, but I like BNB. I also have a little bit of Cardano and a lot of Ethereum. What number 5 would be remains to be seen. I'm still looking into that. Harmony One, I don't even know anything about that. Coinbase or MicroStrategy for buy and hold? I think MicroStrategy. Coinbase, I see going from, say, 275, maybe up to 500 on a really strong market. But where I see MicroStrategy will go from 600 to 1200, 1300 really easy. So the chance of MicroStrategy doubling is much higher than the chance of Coinbase doubling. Simple way to look at it. And every asked about XRP. I don't trust XRP. I don't like companies or organizations with very sketchy management. And I heard too many horror stories about the team behind XRP and also the legal lawsuit. So with the smoke, there's fire, and I just stay away. Galaxy, I love Galaxy. I made a video on Galaxy when it was at about $16. And that was Canadian dollars, by the way. And it was about 14 or 13 US dollars. And I told everybody, this is just incredible. The intrinsic value of Galaxy is incredible. And they're looking at another acquisition today. Sushi swap, cake, etc. Oh my God, Joshua Harris, you're so kind. Yeah, so all of donations as well from Joshua and Jamie, I really appreciate that. All go to animal shelters, so you're helping the animals. Thank you so much. So thoughts on Engine. I have a little bit of Engine, and I would probably take profits. I think the NFT space maybe has run out of gas right now, and I don't know how far it can continue. I'm very positive long-term about it, but I think Engine is kind of run out of for now, but you're safer putting it in something else. I would actually do something like swap out maybe a little bit of Engine for Cardano. I have Engine and I have Cardano and I have BNB, but BNB has gotten very expensive. Let me try this. VeChain, yeah, a lot of people looking at VET. That's another one I'm digging into. Again, the problem is there's only so many hours in the day and I've got so much to take care of and research. And one of my disciplines is try to be very focused and not look at 100 different things, because if you do, you can't go deep and you can't become expert. So I'm very, very careful about what I look at, but I am digging into what I want to do is try and identify who could the next Ethereum be? Because I'm extremely bullish on the whole DeFi revolution and the DEX revolution, even the whole Oracle space with Link. So these are all things, there's just so much to uncover. And in some cases, there's not a lot of information behind these things. And that makes me very nervous. I love things to be very transparent. Richard Compton, thank you so much. You're so kind. Sometimes there's little kittens as well that get the money. So thank you so much. Tesla 1% Club video. Ooh, interesting one. Yes. Thank you, Kevin. I will put that together. I'm actually working on a kind of a 1% club as well for Ethereum. A lot of people are asking for that. And I'm coming out with a new retirement model as well of what you need in 10 years to retire by the year 2030. What's the amount of Ethereum, Bitcoin, and whatever else just to do that. So I love all the inspiration I get for all the videos I make comes from you guys. So when I get 5 or 10 requests for the same thing, then I know to put it together. So this is cool. Sorry I don't have a formal presentation, but I'm trying to find ways to spend as much time sharing as much information as I can. So really appreciate it. BlockFi. So the BlockFi team have come to me a bunch of times, asked me to promote their service, but I don't like to shell anything. So Linda Schuster, thank you so much. The animals, I love you guys. You guys are so cool. And I want to try to get some type of certificate to show you where all your money goes. I'm also looking into orangutans in Indonesia and an elephant sanctuary as well for orphan elephants. So not just shelters in the United States. And if anybody has ideas as well for things that help animals or even any other cause that's worthy, let me know. So cool. HSBC blacklist. Yeah, that's funny. So a lot of banks are just so concerned that they're losing all of their deposits. And you got to remember, people think HSBC is a British bank, although technically it could be construed as that. It really, over 50% of their revenue comes from Hong Kong, and Hong Kong businesses are suffering because mainland China is putting down the clamp. And yeah, vegetarian, yes. So videos properly. Thanks for doing what you do. Your thoughts on Polkadot. I like Polkadot. I don't know where it stands right now because there's so much competition in this area. But DOT is one of the ones that could fall into my top 5 in terms of altcoins. So I'm doing an analysis of where I believe they all land, but I'm not in a position to. I like to do very deep due diligence on things to be able to make them. So thoughts on helium. They're rich. I'm so sorry. I don't have any thoughts on helium. I know very, very little about it. and SafeMoon. Everybody talking about SafeMoon today as well. But I will try and get deeper. I tend to look at stocks that are very disruptive and crypto names that are going to rule the earth. You know, when I started on my crypto journey about 3 years ago, it was purely Bitcoin. I didn't buy my first Ethereum till summer last year. So that's it. What happened to Cardano? Yeah, it's lagging a bit. Let's check the real-time price on Cardano right now. Ooh, yeah, I put an alert out to buy at 115 just yesterday. It's back exactly at that price. That's a bit surprising. So, yep, it's weak. But I will look into helium for you. The animals thank you as well. So I think that's probably a little bit of a wrap for now. My first time ever doing this. And one of the reasons is I'm running out of time. So I appreciate everybody kind of being there, and let me know how this goes. Next time I do a live stream, I'll make sure I have content I can share as well, so you guys can see exactly how I frame things up. So with that, I'm going to shut down and get back to researching stuff for you guys. Okay. So big thank you, everybody. Oh, there's Jim Schofield as well. A lot of people. Thanks all. First ever live one. And thank you as well for all the donations, all the pets. Hopefully it'll save a couple of pets' lives, or at least extend their lives for a certain amount of time. I'm going to close this down now, and everybody be safe. Okay. Thank you all. Bye.